Hello and a warm welcome to the Holiday and Cruise Channel's Guide to Cruising. I'm Polly Winder, and with more and more of us taking a cruise holiday each and every year, it's no surprise that there are many questions, dilemmas and even misconceptions when it comes to taking a holiday on board a cruise ship. Well, over the course of the next half hour, I'm going to be answering all the common questions I'm regularly asked. Questions like, am I old enough to go cruising? What cruise ship's right for me? Will I get bored? And that dreaded question, will I get seasick? But first, let me start by saying that cruising really is designed for anyone and everyone, no matter how old or young you are. These days, cruise ship experiences come in all shapes and sizes. Vessels like Royal Caribbean's Oasis of the Seas are like floating cities with every possible activity on board. Some cruise lines focus on enrichment, nature and culture, while others strive to create fun atmospheres that entertain kids, couples and seniors, all looking for a respite from the daily grind. Itineraries can be port intensive, visiting a different destination each day, or utterly relaxing, offering strings of consecutive relaxing days at sea. There are hundreds of cruise lines with ships that come in all sizes, with space for anything from 49 passengers to more than 4,000. Some are glitzy, others are elegant, some are formal, others casual. Some are packed with Americans and others are full with fellow Brits. Some are popular with older people who like to do very little but relax. Others are targeted at families and young couples, offering lots of activities and kids clubs. Choose the right ship and I'm certain you'll be back for another holiday at sea. So how do you go about choosing the right cruise? The answer is to first decide what cruise appeals and then to do your homework into the various lines that might fit the bill. Here are some questions to consider before making your choice. Do you want an American-style cruise on a big ship with lots of activities, or does a smaller ship with a majority of British passengers appeal more? Europhiles might even like to try one of the Italian lines. Do you like the idea of dressing up on formal nights, or would you prefer to leave that suit and tie at home? Do you want to eat at a time and table assigned by the ship, or the flexibility of dining when and where you want? Do you want a ship with lots of children on board, or would you prefer a line that's more popular with the over 50s? Do you want a good choice of activities on board, or do you want highbrow lectures and peace and quiet? Does that appeal more? You'll also need to consider what kind of cabin you'd like to stay in. Inside rooms without a view on the lower deck are the cheapest, and prices rise the higher up the ship you go, and as you graduate to outside cabins and those with your own private balcony. For the ultimate in cruising, you may even be swayed with your own suite. Now, what about when it comes to the cost of a cruise? Well, to be honest, it can vary significantly. A 7-night Mediterranean cruise with MSC, for example, can cost from under £700 per person. A 14-night cruise from Southampton with Princess Cruises will fare in the region of just over £1,000 per person, while a 2-night mini cruise with P&O Cruises can cost under £200. But remember what's included in those prices. All your meals, that's breakfast, lunch and evening dinner, and all the onboard activities, things like quizzes, lectures and dance classes, plus all the fabulous evening entertainment. And we're talking Broadway-style shows. The only things that a price of a cruise doesn't include are your drinks, specialty dining, shore excursions, spa treatments, gratuities. But depending on the cruise line you choose, you may be able to prepay all these at the time of booking. Now, if you're new to cruising, then one of the most popular ways to get a taste of a holiday at sea is to take a mini cruise, and for what usually costs less than a city break. It gives you the opportunity to spend a couple of nights on board with the chance to sample the wonderful cuisine, activities and entertainment. They vary from 2 to 5 nights, but usually they're just enough to see whether the experience is right for you. But be warned, I'm often told that most mini cruise first-timers are booking a longer cruise before they've even returned home. So which are the best cruise lines for first-timers? Well, let me give you a brief overview of what's available. P&O Cruises, the epitome of British cruising, with formal evenings and set dining, as well as an opt-out on most ships for those who want to do their own thing. For the majority of the year, all their ships are based out of Southampton, so perfect for those not wishing to fly. Plus, if you want to get away from the kids, they do have adult-only vessels too. But do get in early if you want to book one of their mini cruises. They do prove very popular. Princess Cruises. Elegant American-style cruising that attracts a mix of nationalities and all ages, although the majority are American. There are formal evenings, but there are relatively relaxed, and anytime dining is available for those who don't want to be told when to eat. Plus, if you fancy watching a movie under the stars, well, Princess were the innovators when it came to large-screen entertainment out on deck. Norwegian Cruise Line. What can I say? These bright and garish ships mix traditional elements with innovative features, amenities and ambience. There are ships that are very popular with Americans and up to 10 restaurants on board. This is a perfect choice if you want a resort-style holiday that just happens to be at sea. They are perfect for families, couples and even solo travellers. Royal Caribbean International. Unashamedly an American line with big ships. The largest holds 4,200 passengers when full and just happens to be the world's current largest cruise ship. Tell me, where can you ice skate, go rock climbing and even surf at sea? Royal Caribbean International are big on fun and their ships never fail to impress. Bear in mind that there is an influx of under-18s on board during school holidays. Celebrity Cruises, sister brand to Royal Caribbean International and one of the few actual five-star cruise lines, featuring real grass lawns and boast some of the most spacious accommodation at sea. With a crew-to-guest ratio of 1 to 2, it's no surprise that Celebrity are renowned for their high levels of service. Fred Olsen Cruise Lines, a Norwegian-owned cruise company, but a line that offer a cosy and traditional British cruising experience. There are smaller and more intimate ships, feature set dining times and formal nights and prove popular with over 55s who enjoy old-style cruising, who enjoy space, quiet and the gentle art of conversation. Cunard, quite simply a world-renowned luxury cruise line, having been voyaging for over 160 years. Experience the legendary White Star service and enjoy big ship luxury which still has a golden era feel. The dress code rotates among casual, informal and formal and in about equal proportions. Proving popular, there are classic transatlantic crossings from Southampton to New York, as well as other itineraries covering the four corners of the globe. So now we've given you a small flavour of the many options available when it comes to choosing a cruise holiday. Let me deal with those of you watching right now who may have apprehensions or perhaps fear some of the following misconceptions. I'll be bored. This always makes me chuckle. Let's take Royal Caribbean's Oasis of the Seas, the largest cruise ship ever built. Passengers can rock climb, play miniature golf, try surfing, learn to decorate cupcakes, ride a carousel, enjoy a spa treatment, work out in a full-size gym, lie by a beach pool or in a hot tub, go for a ride on a zipline, go ice skating, watch a variety of live entertainment, including comedy shows, Broadway musicals, parades, acrobatic shows, learn to scuba dive, go shopping, watch the game in a bar and sing karaoke. Bored yet? I didn't think so. Another cruise line where you'll never be bored is Norwegian Cruise Line, especially its newest ships like Norwegian Gem and Norwegian Pearl. These ships have on-board bowling alleys that turn into bordello-style discos at night, rock climbing walls, a large selection of funky bars and themed restaurants, evening parties and lots of karaoke. The Norwegian Epic, which launched in 2010, has even more to do on board, including an ice bar, an aqua park, a dueling piano show, a beach club, a circus-style dinner theatre, bungee trampoline and ropes course. All these fun-filled activities, and that's before you've even stepped off the ship in the wonderful ports of call your cruise will be stopping at. But if you fancy something a little less strenuous, then you might want to consider a cruise line that features a rewarding enrichment programme, something that's becoming more and more popular on cruise lines like Cunard, Princess Cruises and Celebrity Cruises. Now, they vary by cruise line and ship, and they can focus on educational topics like cookery, personal finance, the cosmos, history, and even computers or art. There's plenty of personal enhancement too, such as health and wellness programs that focus on everything from medical lectures to stress management. You can also learn to play the piano or speak Spanish, enhance your acting skills, or perhaps even paint a watercolour. One of the biggest fears among people who've yet to cruise is one word: seasickness. But let me tell you that even if you are prone to seasickness, that doesn't mean you can't ever go on a cruise. It may just mean that the best option for you is a river cruise. Riverboats cruise the rivers of the world, including across Europe. Think the Danube, Rhine, Mosel, Seine, and along Egypt's Nile River and China's Yangtze. Itineraries include visits to wine countries, historic city centres, Christmas markets, pyramids and ancient tombs, and beautiful countryside. Plus, river cruises are so destination focused that you'll spend much more of your time on shore, exploring by foot, bus, or even borrowed bicycle from the riverboat. And when you are on board, you don't have to worry about waves or high seas that could make you sick. Even better, river cruise lines are quickly catching up to ocean-going vessels in levels of luxury and on-board amenities. You'll now find balconies, larger cabins, alternative restaurants and spas on board. Try lines like ANA Waterway, Shearing, the River Cruise Line and Viking River Cruises. Another note to the seasickness prone: just because you go green around the gills on a tiny motorboat in choppy waters, it doesn't mean you'll suffer from mal de mer on a cruise ship. The bigger the ship, the less you'll feel the motion of the sea, and modern ships are built with stabilisers to minimise rocking. Choose your itinerary well. The Mediterranean is a lot rougher after October than it is in the summer. Alaska's Inside Passage is quite calm through the open sea. Up north gets rougher in September, and the Caribbean can get choppy during hurricane season between June and November if a storm's present. Plus, medications and natural remedies can help for some, including ginger candles, medicated patches and pressure bands. You may find that after a few hours on board, though, you'll forget you're on a ship at all. I'll get claustrophobic on board. Cruise ships are like floating hotels with plenty of space. Luxury line Regent Seven Seas, for example, has 2 all-suite, all-balcony ships in its fleet. That means the smallest cabin on board is a 252 square foot suite with a separate sitting and sleeping area, a 49 square foot teak balcony, walk-in closets and an ensuite marble bathroom. If you're truly worried about feeling confined, book the largest suites, measuring 1,204 square feet with 2 balconies. The biggest is 727 square feet, 2 bedrooms and a large living and dining area. Royal Caribbean's large ships are so big, first-time visitors to Oasis of the Seas have claimed they forgot they were on a ship. In fact, the designers on that ship put an emphasis on outdoor space, essentially carving out the middle of the ship to create an open-air midsection. Princess Cruises' newest ships, the Crown, Emerald and Ruby Princess, are also very spacious. Expansive sun decks include a pool with a movie screen that shows first-rung flicks and concerts day and night, as well as a quieter, adults-only spa sun deck called the Sanctuary. The 3-deck high piazza is an airy gathering place offering entertainment and snacks. If you need room to stretch in your living quarters, book a mini suite or suite with separate living and sleeping areas, as well as an exterior balcony for easy access to fresh air. Cruises are for old people. You couldn't be more wrong. Royal Caribbean caters to young people with its many active pursuits on board. It's not that retirees don't like rock climbing, surfing, ice skating, learning to DJ and watching parades, but these activities do attract a younger clientele on board as well. Plus, active shore excursions like kayaking, hiking, cycling, snorkeling and diving will certainly appeal to the younger set, perhaps more so than an old-school sedentary bus tour. Carnival too gets a wide variety of ages on board with its top-notch kids programme, featuring separate teen and tween hangouts with soda bars, video games and a dance floor, all with the festive onboard atmosphere. Its standard cabins tend to run large and are affordably priced, which does attract families and younger travellers without huge holiday budgets. Plus, Carnival offers a wide selection of shorter 3- and 4-night cruises that are ideal for busy professionals with limited holiday time or friend groups looking for a long weekend of relaxation and fun. It's unhealthy with all that food. Well, you're on your holiday after all. But on a serious note, cruise ships typically offer round-the-clock dining. But remember, no one's forcing you to pile the bacon on your breakfast tray, eat dessert at every meal, order both the prime rib and the lobster for dinner and call room service for cheeseburgers at 2 a.m. In fact, these days, many cruise lines are trading in their midnight chocolate buffets for spa cafes and sushi bars. Yum! Celebrity Cruises, for instance, has led the healthy dining effort among cruise lines. Its Millennium-class ships have spa cafes as part of an indoor pool complex, while Celebrity Century, Celebrity Solstice and Celebrity Equinox all feature standalone spa restaurants. Menu items include plenty of veggies, salads, poached fish and sushi. On all ships, you can order spa options off the main dining room's menu. Calorie, fat, cholesterol and sodium breakdowns are listed on the back. What will I do on days at sea? What won't you do may be an easier question to answer. Cruise ships schedule so many activities that many frequent cruisers say they prefer a day at sea over a day in port. From cooking classes to rock climbing, trivia contests to line dancing, wine tasting to Wii playing, there's truly something for everyone. Fancy lying in the sun or taking a dip in the pool? No problem. Want to spend time shopping for souvenirs, indulging in a massage or gambling in the casino? You can do it. Want to boogie board, drive a racing car, ice skate or learn trapeze? Aha! Even these exotic activities can be done on board. First of all, how do you find out what's going on each day? Well, a daily newsletter is delivered to your cabin each and every morning. One will also be waiting for you when you arrive. In it, you'll find the schedule for the next day's activities and entertainment offerings, as well as opening hours for the spa, restaurants, on-board shops and bars. You'll even find listings for movies on your in-cabin TV, information on scheduled ports of call, debarkation and embarkation information, and sunrise and sunset times. So what's on offer during the daytime? Well, if you want to get active, you could perhaps participate in pool games, compete in basketball and volleyball tournaments, improve your golf swing or take dance classes. Indoors, you might prefer a history lecture, playing cards or eyes down for the bingo. Perhaps learn a bit of napkin folding or flower arranging, bidding on items at an art auction, watching a cooking demonstration or even sipping wine at a wine tasting event. You might want to enjoy musical performances by the pool or shows such as comedy improv on Norwegian Cruise Line, small acts in Princess Cruises Piazza or ice skating shows on the Royal Caribbean. You are, of course, free to skip all organised activities and lounge at the pool with an icy cocktail. That sounds like it for me. Also open throughout the day are the ship's internet centres, boutiques, casinos and libraries, not to mention the many venues for eating and drinking round the clock. Norwegian Cruise Line even have the Wii video games hooked up to the giant screens in its ship's atriums for guest use. Outdoors, you'll find ping pong, shuffleboard, basketball courts, and on several new ships, mini golf, rock climbing walls, rollerblading rinks, and even onboard surfing and circus games. And if you feel like it, you can always retreat to your cabin to enjoy the view from the balcony or indulge in a midday nap. When it comes to a gym and spa, you'll be hard-pressed to find a modern cruise ship without a fitness centre and a spa complex on board. While some offer just the basics, the newer ships offer multi-deck, spacious areas with floor-to-ceiling ocean views and state-of-the-art equipment. Spa treatments, as I mentioned earlier, will usually incur an extra charge, but gym facilities are usually offered as part of your cruise fare. What about keeping the kids entertained? Well, for the under 18 crowd, many cruise ships have separate kids areas. More family-style ships have huge facilities that often include multiple play areas for the youngest cruisers, teen hangouts and discos, kiddie pools, water slides, arcades and kids-only deck space. And when it comes to the evening, well, after dark lounges feature live bands and cabaret singers for your dancing or listening pleasure. Piano bars, complete with sing-alongs, are becoming popular hotspots on modern ships. And especially late at night, the disco will be hopping. On several nights during your cruise, the ship's theatre will feature big production shows with high-tech effects like lasers and videos, as well as elaborately costumed singers and dancers performing tunes from Broadway shows and other popular hits. On other nights, look for featured singers, comedians, magicians, and sometimes even performers you've heard or seen of on TV. For those passengers with performance skills, many ships feature karaoke as well as passenger talent shows. Even small ships will have some sort of entertainment. A local visiting dance troupe, a duo with a keyboard, or a crew member with a guitar. Outdoor movies on the pool deck are another favourite evening activity on lines like Princess, Carnival, Costa and MSC Cruises. Guests can cuddle up on comfy lounge chairs with blankets and popcorn and watch the latest blockbuster movies under the stars. It's like being at a drive-in movie, just on a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean. Now, something I've touched on briefly in this guide is dress code, and few issues create as much confusion or contention among cruisers as to what to wear to dinner and, more importantly, what others wear to dinner. As cruises and cruises have become more diverse, so has dress. Just about every cruise line has some form of dress code that will usually include casual, smart casual and formal. Your daily newspaper on board the ship will let you know what the dress code is for both the day and for that evening. So let me take you through the difference between the three and what they actually are. Casual is usually the norm for daytime and includes swimwear, sundresses, shorts and t-shirts. Smart casual will likely be what's expected most evenings, and that's dresses or trouser suits for women with trousers and collar shirts for men. Formal wear is reserved for formal nights, and this is really best bib and tucker. So that's your best cocktail dresses, ladies, and for you gents, it's suits and ties or dinner jackets, please. Don't forget, if you want more information on cruising, our first-time guide to cruising is available to you absolutely free of charge. If you'd like a copy or have a question we haven't covered in this particular guide, then give us a call here at the Holiday and Cruise channel on 0871 423 4444. You can also get in touch and request a copy through our website at www.holidayandcruisechannel.co.uk. Well, that's all we've got time for on this particular guide to cruising. Do look out for other handy guide programmes, including family cruising, river cruising and luxury cruising. But until then, goodbye.